Welcome back to Inspire Thinking. As we are doing a series of book synopsis, once again I'm back with book synopsis How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Today we are talking about 5th chapter of part 2. Part 2, chapter 5. What is the chapter name? How to Interest People. How to Interest People. Dale Carnegie says, always talk in terms of other person's interest. To make you understand, I will take you to this chapter. And Dale Carnegie has given beautiful examples in this chapter. The first example I would tell you about Henry G. Duvernoy. Henry G. Duvernoy used to have a baking firm in the name of Duvernoy and Sons. He used to supply bread to many people and hotels and to some firms as well. And he had a wish that he could have a deal with premier hotel in New York City. And he used to visit New York City hotel every time to get the deal, but he did not get the deal. Around 4 years he wasted time by going to same hotel, taking rooms and staying there and to meet the managers to get the deal, but he did not get any deal. At lastly he joined Dale Carnegie's one of the program conducted. He joined into Dale Carnegie's program and learned how to convince people, how to tackle the people, and how he can make an interest in the people. At lastly, he got to know what to do now. And he got to know who is the key person there, who is the decision maker. He got to know about him, what he does, what his interests. He did a small research on that part. And he got to know this fellow is really interested in Hotel Greeters of America. And he was one of the members of Hotel Greeters of America. He is not only the member, he is the president of Hotel Greeters of America. And wherever these conventions, these fellows conventions happens, he used to go, Mr. Duvernoy used to go there and attend those conventions. And one day he got a chance to meet that person, and he met that person, and Duvernoy speaking to that person. And Duvernoy didn't talk about his bread business at all. Duvernoy always talking to him like, sir, tell more about this Greeters of America, Hotel Greeters of America, all these things. And he got interested and he spoken to him around half an hour. And throughout this discussion, Duvernoy never talked about bread business. And at lastly, Duvernoy has purchased a membership with this fellow. He sold his membership to Duvernoy. And still he didn't talk about his bread business. The people left. The next day morning, Mr. Duvernoy got a call from the same hotel by the steward telling that, please send some samples and prices. We will look into it and make a deal. At lastly he got a deal from the same hotel, what he was thinking. He was wasted 4 years without knowing what is their interest. But after knowing it, he immediately got the deal, without telling about his business. This is how you need to talk in terms of other person's interest to get a deal or to get anything. And Dale Carnegie has given one more example, that is about Edward Harriman. Edward Harriman is retired from the military services, and he is a ex-military man searching for a job. In those days it is very difficult to find a job, and he did a research again, the same way how Duvernoy did. He did a research. He got to know R.J. Funkhouser is the main person who will handle almost all companies in that area. R.J. Funkhouser was a businessman and he used to handle everything. And meeting R.J. Funkhouse is very, very difficult. He never meet the persons like this at all. And this Edward Harriman thought he needs to meet this person. At lastly, he met his secretary, which secretary was working with R.J. Funkhouser from around 20 years. He met her and told her, I have greatest ideas to your boss, where it will make your boss financially strong as well as politically strong. And you are the key person in this project. I would be glad if I get an appointment with R.J. Funkhouser. At lastly, secretary made an appointment with R.J. Funkhouser. Mr. Harriman went to R.J. Funkhauser and met him and told about his ideas, presented his complete ideas financially and politically, and whatever he wants to talk, he already spoken there. In this meeting, R.J. Funkhauser, what he did is he has given a job to Harriman. And this Harriman worked with R.J. Funkhauser around 20 years. He grown in his life. Did Harriman talk about, I want a job? No. But R.J. Funkhauser given him a job. This is how, when you talk in terms of other person's interest, people will get convinced. Try it and you will make it. And this is why the principle of this chapter is talk in terms of other person's interest. Talk in terms of other person's interest. This is all about how to interest people. Until then, Lakshmikant signing out. We'll meet again with the next chapter.